Welcome to Improv for the Podcast. On this week's episode, we're joined by Grace, who will tell us all about her improvisational journey. We'll play a couple games and, most importantly, learn how she improved her life. Let's hit it. Welcome to Improv for the Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Lee Evans, and on today's episode, we are joined by the incredibly talented ping pong extraordinaire, champion of hunger, conqueror of behavioral tendencies. It's a rough one.
What?
Grace! Grace, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good.
Good. All right. If you were to rate that introduction on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Like a -2.
A -2. Okay, so I didn't even get on. That was
weird. Yeah.
I didn't even get on the scale.
No, I'm kidding. It was an 11.
Okay, 11. 11 out of 100.
More like 200 out of 100.
Oh, okay. I'll take that. All right. So Grace, thank you so much for joining the show. We're so happy
Thanks
to have you here. Absolutely. So before we jump into things, what's your relationship to this old place?
Well, it's pretty interesting. So I met Dan Rosenfeld, as you know.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the
Rosenfeld.
show. He's an amazing improviser.
Yeah.
So I met him at ping pong, and he invited me to a show. So I saw it, and I loved it, and I loved everyone there. And I decided to sign up. It was like back in August, I think.
Okay.
Like that night that I saw the show.
Dang.
And I loved it. And,
That's awesome.
And then I realized I needed to sign up more than once. So now I'm taking it on Saturdays and Tuesdays.
Ooh.
I can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
I feel that. All right. So during your time, right, you said Saturdays, Tuesdays. What teachers have you had classes with?
I've had mostly Matt.
Okay.
And Ava.
Heard of him.
Heard of Matt.
Yeah. Ava, great. Matt, still
all
new.
great.
We're seeing how things turn
He's
out for him
okay.
as a teacher
Yeah.
here. Yeah. We're going to evaluate him at the end of this year. And
Not that essential.
Yeah. See if we want to keep him on board.
He's going to fire me from his class.
It's okay. He'll come from me first. I'm enabling this. No. Matt, we love you. No, but that's really cool. So you've had Matt, you've had Ava, and you were like, I dig this so much, I'm going to do it twice.
And I had Liam once.
Liam.
He's awesome. Yeah.
Liam Clancy, also a friend of the show.
He's great.
Yes. Wearer of hats, owner of vests, reader of books.
Reader
That's
of books,
Liam.
yes.
Yeah. That's some things to describe Liam. That's really cool. So you've had a few different teachers during your time here at IFTP. You probably learned a lot. We're going to get into that more in a little bit.
Okay.
But I love that you came to a show and that night you were like, eventbrite.com.
Literally,
I'm signing up. Which, it's very strange. I was thinking about it. Before coming here, I had not used Eventbrite that much. And now I use it all the time.
It's awesome.
And I'm like, wait, what is this platform that I had no familiarity with? And then now, like every show or anything that I go to, both IFTP and not IFTP related, it's on Eventbrite. Where did this come from?
I don't know.
They must be raking in so much money.
Right?
Because, they're not at the Ticketmaster level of charging fees, but they're getting like $1, $2 on every transaction. They must be killing it. They must be killing it. I got to make my own ticketing platform. What am I doing?
What are you doing here?
Sorry, stop the show.
You're in the wrong profession.
Grace, I have to go.
Okay.
I have to go make
nice talking to you.
Michael tickets, something like that.
That's great.
I'll work on it.
Love it.
It's just like a beta title right now. We'll see if I change it.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get into talking about improv, Grace, we got to play 3 things.
Okay.
All right. So I've done some digging, as I always do. Most guests of the show find that they receive an Instagram follow request about an hour to 2 hours before they come on the show.
I was like, what a coincidence.
Yeah, it's how it always is, because I get here a little early. I sit down and I go, all right, Google, what do you got for me? And then I just start searching. So that's how it goes. Just by first and last name. And I usually hit up the usuals, the LinkedIn, the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram. I don't search TikTok too often.
I'm not on there.
I don't know. It's a weird platform.
It's weird.
Got my thoughts, but that's for another time. Yeah. So Grace, I've done some digging, and thankfully you gave me a gracious, you accepted my follow request, knowing the consequences.
I trust you.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and jump in. Any questions about 3 things? I feel like you probably got it.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. All right. So here we go. These are three things. First category, skills you would put on a LinkedIn page.
Ping pong, I don't know.
One.
One. French.
Two.
Farsi.
Three. These are three things. Next category. I wasn't supposed to do that yet. Best French words.
Merde.
One.
One. Aujourd'hui.
Two.
Hier soir.
Three. Very nice, very nice. All right, last category. Musicians you'd invite to your birthday party.
Ooh, that's a good question. Musicians that invite to my party. I feel like I have to say Taylor Swift.
One.
Oh gosh, this is so difficult. I'll just say random things that come in my head.
Okay.
Lady Gaga.
Two.
And Beyonce.
Three.
I don't know.
These are three things. Oh my gosh. All right, we'll come back to that last category because that was dope. Okay. So skills on your LinkedIn page. You have a lot of skills, Grace.
Do I?
From looking at your LinkedIn page, you have upwards of 10 skills, at least listed on there. So you probably have more skills that you don't even list.
Probably.
Okay. So I'm starting to think, are you a speaker of multiple languages?
Yes. Kind of.
So you're like a polyglot.
Kind of.
Trilingual? Farsi, French, and
English.
you've been killing English right now. So
Am I?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, thank you.
So that's like one I know, at least for sure. And you listed some French words. So
hopefully they make sense.
yeah, I mean, I knew that first one for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's similar in Italian as well, that one.
Oh, okay. What is it in Italian?
Wait. It's shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think it's the same.
I feel like it would be merde.
Yeah, it might be merde.
Merde.
I don't know. I was in a show once and it was in the script or something. This was an Italian character and, trying to be sneaky. Yeah, I can't remember. Oh boy. There's a cognate in Italian. There you go.
Okay.
Put it like that. All right. So you have many skills. You listed Farsi.
Mm-hmm.
You listed table tennis.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. What was your third skill?
French is what I...
French,
Basically
okay.
what you said already.
So two
Yeah.
languages and ping pong. Do you ever say like trash talk your opponents in multiple languages during ping pong?
No, we just say it in English right to their face. So Dan is my doubles partner.
Okay. Yeah.
And we just make them feel so bad. Lower their confidence.
Ooh. Can you give me an example of some trash talk you might throw out there on the at the table?
At the table.
Yeah.
Like to our opponents.
Yeah.
Like, oh gosh. It'll be a combination of like, you suck and like things like that.
Yeah,
and then Dan will say something like, are there turtles present? Because I just snapped that ball. And we'll just be laughing the whole time. It's the best time. Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Turtles
It's
present.
like the best part of the week.
That sounds pretty awesome. How often do you play, would you say?
Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you're pretty good, I would say. You're like level 3,000, right?
I don't think anyone in the US is at 3,000, but that's my dream.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
It's really good.
Is there like a hierarchy, like level, like, is it like, how do you rank table tennis players? Is level 3,000 a real thing?
Yes. And I don't think anyone in America is a level 3,000 player.
No. Not you?
I will one day be that person.
Okay. So future level 3,000 table tennis extraordinaire, Grace, is with us tonight on her road to 3,000.
I won't forget you.
Thank you. So many do. After they're on this show, they ascend to greater heights.
Oh my gosh.
And they won't remember the first time they were on
That
a
won't be
podcast.
me.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Remember your roots.
I will.
Remember your roots. All right, Grace, moving on to that next category. The best French words. I should have asked Farsi as well. Dang it.
You can ask me now if you want.
Okay. Can you give me 3 Farsi words that you like as well?
خوشمزه,
Ooh, nice.
قشنگ, and خوبی. Yeah.
All right. So both your French words and your Farsi words, can you translate for me? Because
gosh.
I'm unfortunately monolingual.
خوشگل means pretty. قشنگ also means pretty.
Nice.
Just different ways of saying it.
Okay.
And then خوبی is like, how are you? Sort of.
Oh,
yeah.
that's nice. So it's like a nice greeting, like hubi.
Yeah.
Like,
خوبی.
yeah.
It's like casual. How are you?
Yeah, that's nice. Is there like in Farsi, is there like an informal and a formal?
Yeah.
Okay, like Spanish, because I know like there's usted and then.
Yeah, I guess you could say like khub hasti, or you can go on and make it. It's like Shakespeare level.
Oh,
Farsi.
whoa.
Yeah, I'm not there yet, but.
That's pretty cool though. Just be like, yeah, so I address some people at the Shakespeare level, but not most.
Not most.
Not most.
You're not ready yet. Yeah.
They don't deserve it.
They don't.
Yeah. That's, I think more languages, like English needs a Shakespeare level. I mean, I guess it has it. It's Shakespeare.
Yeah.
But nobody.
No one uses it now.
In America, we're pretty lame, so like we don't have that.
We just use it at IFTP.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
The scenes.
Yeah, we ascend our scenes to Shakespeare level. All right, that's pretty cool. Do you remember your 3 French words besides merde?
I think I said hier soir and aujourd'hui. That means last night and today.
Okay.
Don't know why that came to mind.
That's
but it
good,
did.
Though. I mean, it sounded great. You had me. All right. I don't know where I'm going with that question.
That's okay.
I'm not sure. All right, moving on to that last category. Now, I chose this because after a brief flyover review of the grid, right, your Instagram grid, I like getting like the vibes of people's grid. And yours was, I was like table tennis, what appeared to be cool groups of friends doing different cool activities, such as rock climbing. And then I saw a couple of music related things on there. I think I saw John Mayer.
I'm not a huge John Mayer fan. Yeah.
But aren't we all just waiting?
I just went to the.
We're waiting on the world to change.
We are. Thank you.
That's the only John Mayer song I can name. No, Gravity.
Gravity.
Okay, I know 2 John Mayer songs.
Nice.
Okay. But you went and saw him live because he's a good musician.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, he plays a mean guitar.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know much else about him.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So at your birthday party, Taylor Swift's going to be there.
Taylor Swift, yeah.
Lady Gaga and Beyonce are going to be there. That sounds like a good crowd. Because like Lady Gaga and Beyonce, they could perform Telephone.
This is so smart.
And then maybe they could work with Taylor on a collab.
My mind is blown.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now I have a Taylor Swift question for you.
Okay.
A recent debate that's rocking the internet. Would you consider yourself a Swiftie?
Define Swiftie.
Would you defend Taylor Swift in the Twitter replies?
No.
Okay. So you're just like, yeah, I enjoy Taylor's music. Okay. Now, I personally was a Taylor Swift hater, but then I listened to her most recent album. And I liked it. And I was like, well, I guess
Damn it.
Yeah. I was like, I guess it's over for me.
That's how I felt about Harry Styles. In One Direction, I was like, no.
Yeah. Not into it.
No. Everyone else likes him. I can't like him.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he made an album about his house. And
here we are.
Some good songs in there. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of his acting. But if he sticks to music,
we're good.
Yeah, go for it, Harry. All right. So do you think Taylor Swift, is she good? Or like, I'm trying to ask, in her relationships, Taylor's career has been, let's say, she has a legacy of being in a relationship, breaking up, and then putting out an absolute banger of an album. Like, that's kind of the Taylor Swift cycle.
Yeah.
Do you think Taylor Swift breaks up with her boyfriends, or like her relationships end because she feels the pressure to put out more music?
No, because I think she could write about her relationship and how well it's going and other things like that.
Like an actually happy album.
Yeah.
Versus like my heart.
Yeah.
Because I wonder, like every artist has their process, and like maybe Taylor's just so deep into it at this point, and like it's not her fault. Like it's just like
she just does it automatically.
Yeah. And she's just like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Well, time to write about it.
Yeah.
Goes platinum again. Like
she's like, dang it went platinum again.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's wild. All right. Can you give me, we're going to move on after this, but give me one song that you like from each of those artists.
I think from Taylor Swift, my favorite is Cruel Summer, which isn't that famous.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Okay. Lady Gaga would be, I'll say Poker Face.
Okay, classic.
And then Beyonce, I'll say Halo.
Halo's a good one.
I like her old music.
Yeah, like everything you own in the box to the left. That's a classic.
That's exactly how she sounds.
Yeah, that's. I'm known for my Beyonce impression. That's like people often book me for parties.
I see that
just for the voice.
Can you actually come to my party?
Yeah, I might be able to fool Lady Gaga into doing Telephone. Cool. Hi, I'm married to Jay-Z. I made an album about it. Now untitled. That's the best I can do. Wow, it's like she's here with us. All right, Grace. So that birthday party sounds amazing. So happy birthday. Congratulations. I would hope that they'd each bring great gifts because they are quite wealthy. Like Beyonce and Jay-Z, I mean, they're like billionaires, right?
I think so.
Yeah, they got it going on. So if they don't,
that would be
sad.
Like they would be uninvited.
It's like, I mean, they don't have to spend like, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they got to do more than like a $25 gift card to Red Lobster.
They would leave the party.
Yeah.
They'd be escorted out of the party.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
not okay.
Yeah, I know you can swing something like a little more. So I'm talking at least $50.
At least.
Yeah. Nothing crazy. All right, Grace. So we could talk about Taylor Swift, her legacy.
Whatever you want.
For the rest of the evening. Because she's such a polarizing figure to me, even in my own life. But we're going to move on from that. Improv. That's why we're here. So Grace, I want you to tell me about the first time in your life you learned about improv. You not necessarily performed it or did a class or whatever, just like someone was like, improv. You learned about it. When was that for you?
I don't know like a specific day, but I always knew about it.
Give me the date. I want the calendar
like
date.
2008.
Okay, good year.
Good year.
Yeah.
I basically always associated it with being cringy. And when I went to my first show here, I was like, Dan, what are you getting me into? This is going to be horrible and whatever.
Let's just go play Pong.
Let's just go play Pong.
Yeah.
But then I got there and I'm like, it's everything that I thought it wasn't. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
So that was my experience going into it. Just totally mind blown from.
Yeah. You're like, okay, this is not cringy.
It's actually really cool. And I think everyone should do it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a huge perspective shift. Why do you think where did that idea of like cringy, improv is cringy form? Was it just like high school or growing up?
I think so. I think you have this image of the theater kid and them being annoying and all that. And you just don't want to associate with them. And now I'm one of them kind of.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you did improv. So like you're in.
Yeah,
like,
you're in.
It's, improv is an extension of theater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can think of those kids. Can I get a one-word suggestion? Anything?
It's like, no.
Yeah.
Go away.
Have you seen 22 Jump Street?
Oh, yes. One of my favorite movies.
Yeah. Both those movies are so solid. Channing Tatum, Jonah Hill, amazing tandem. But I think about in 22 Jump Street, right? Where they go to the improv show. And I'm just like, and then Jonah Hill goes up there and does the spoken word improv. Kills me. But I think a lot of people have that impression of basically that's what it's like. Just horrible suggestions from the audience, really bad work on stage, which, improv can be like that. It's true.
Not here, though.
Not here.
Never here.
Not at this place. Not at IFTPA. We do it right. So growing up, because you came to a show here and you were like, sign me up. You mashing that Eventbrite button. But were you interested in performing or theater or any arts or stuff growing up?
No. I feel like anyone that knows me is very surprised that I do this.
Yeah.
I'm very introverted and like, oh my gosh, I would just, if I was in a room full of people, I would just go hide in the corner and not want to talk to anybody. And it was horrible. Yeah. And then I just realized as I started to do improv, I sort of came out of my shell and I'm a lot more social. And now when people find out that I'm an introvert, they're like, what? Like, you're so, like, you're talking to everybody and you're, introducing yourself to everybody. How is this possible? So, yeah. Wow.
So that's a huge shift. So, like, as a kid, you're like, keep me away from those cringy improvisers. Don't let me near them.
Don't let me near them. Yeah. Also, it was just like, I could never do that, It was always a fear till you just go up on stage and perform. It's still scary. Matt knows that I still, not too excited to go up. Scary, but like once I'm there, I have fun.
Yeah, it's like you get sad and you're like, all right, like I enjoy this.
I'm doing better at that though, I hope.
Yeah. It takes time. And I think that can be a huge shift too of like going from like, nah, this ain't for me to like, all right, you're pushing yourself every time you're here, which I think is good. Everybody is a little bit because improv is scary at the end of the day. It's a scary thing.
It's super scary.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So this dude from Ping Pong is like, hey, come see this cringy show with me. And you're like, all right, I guess we'll go check it out and go see what these losers have going on. And Do you remember, and I know this was like a little while ago, right? Last August, like August 2022. Was there any moment in particular in the show where it clicked for you, or just like right away you were like, okay, this is it?
I just think by the end of it, I was so amazed and I felt so good. And I think it was because I was laughing so hard. I couldn't control my laughter. My cheeks were hurting. And I just wanted to feel that all the time.
Yeah.
So, and that's what it feels like when I'm in class.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing so hard, having the best time. So I think it occurred to me at the end, the very end of the show. And I'm like,
That's
is amazing.
awesome.
I wanted to keep going. You know?
Yeah. You're like, I'm in. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
All right. So you sign up.
I sign up.
You go to your first class. How'd that class go?
It was pretty nerve-wracking because I have this anxiety disorder called agoraphobia. I don't know if you know what that is.
Phobia means the fear of, and I know I've heard of it because I'm like, but my Latin's not doing so hot right now.
Most people haven't heard of it, so don't worry. It's like I developed it during COVID. I fainted one day, woke up, and then basically it's a fear of going outside or feeling trapped kind of all the time, even in an open space.
Yeah.
And just wanting to go back home.
That totally makes sense with COVID. I mean, we didn't have a choice for a while.
So I was really anxious going to a class here because I was still, like really having panic attacks still.
Yeah, absolutely.
Things were pretty bad. And oh my gosh, improv has helped me so much with that. I actually was thinking about starting an organization that combines improv and people that have high anxiety levels like me because it has improved my life so much.
Yeah.
Anyway, that wasn't your question.
No, this is
I was
great,
anxious.
though.
Yeah. And I think I warned Ava, I'm like, sorry if I randomly leave class. It's not because the class wasn't good or anything like that. I just have to leave because I can't handle it. And yeah.
And I think, I mean, just hearing that, like to push yourself to come to this class, even that's a huge step to take when you're feeling that way. I mean, I think COVID changed all of us, in a lot of ways. So like you being able to be like, hey, I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this. That's awesome.
Like even this interview is kind of like a huge thing for me. It's exciting that I can just sit here and talk and have fun and not worry about escaping or feeling anxious.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm glad you're here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Absolutely. So you came into Ava's class, you talked to her about it, and you push yourself, which is, I mean, if you can do that, you can do improv, Grace. So right off the bat, from showing up to your first class, you already showed you had what it takes, right?
Yeah.
You had the stuff because you were already there.
I just had a yes and.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah. And you were doing that before knowing what yes and was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So let's talk about maybe your first couple months, right? What were, like, thinking back, what were some of like the lessons you like picked up on or found yourself learning, or maybe your expectations change about what improv was?
I think one thing that changed a lot was I felt like my classmates or peers were going to judge me a lot. And I'm not good enough. They've been here longer than me. They're seasoned improvisers, especially in the Wednesday class, which is kind of where I evolved into. I was the only one that wasn't, professional. So,
a lot of bullies in that class.
A lot of bullies.
Trust me.
Oh my gosh, especially Dan.
Yeah.
Man,
that guy.
The worst.
He brings his ping pong paddle with him to class and hits you if you do bad at improv.
He's the worst. Yeah.
It's very rude.
But I thought that they were going to be super judgmental and they were so supportive and, like loving. And even if I messed up or whatever, I didn't feel bad about it. And I just knew that they wanted to see me succeed. And, so that definitely changed as I continued doing improv here.
Yeah.
I just felt safer.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like you built the reps and you got to know your classmates more, just everything about it, the level of comfort and safety.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah.
Safety.
Especially like in any class. And I think particularly these types of classes where no matter what, at some point you're going to get up there in front of everyone multiple times. Like you got to be able to feel safe.
Exactly.
That's already such a rough thing to have to do.
Right. That's why I love those trust exercises that we do in class where Matt has us go like, and we have our eyes closed and we just have to walk around.
Yeah.
And then people kind of like push us in the right direction, things like that. Cause trust is so important and safety in improv. So
yeah,
we're feeling safe.
100%. Oh, that's really cool. So just during that time, so you're coming up on like, we're a few months, like 4 months away from your 1 year IFTP anniversary.
Oh my gosh.
I'll
have to celebrate that too.
You will. We're talking candles, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Lady Gaga,
all of them.
All that. We'll get them on board. I mean, I know Beyonce, as you heard her earlier. She was with us.
She was with us.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going to classes. You're slowly like getting into it, warming up. During your time here, right? Let's say you're 8 months here so far at IFTP. Were there exercises you were like, I vibe with this, and then other exercises you're like, nah, this ain't for me?
Yeah, I prefer the short form a lot more than long form.
Short form, okay.
I just like when things go quickly, and
Yeah.
I think quickly, and when eventually I just run out of ideas and I don't know how to carry on with a scene without it getting boring, or I don't know what to do. I'm not at that level yet where I can, do long form and for it to still be interesting and not feel scared about it. So yeah, definitely I like short form. I like just the exercises that we do.
Yeah.
Like Zip Zap Zop is just so fun.
I love Zip Zap Zop.
So simple.
Some people hate on it, but you know what? I will defend Zip Zap Zop with my life.
I thought it was cringy too at first. I was like,
Yeah.
ugh,
Yeah. Like, what am I supposed to say?
Yeah.
Sounds kind of lame.
Kind of gross.
Yeah. Yeah, but it kind of
It's kind of
pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad we got 2 Zip Zap Zop fans in the house right now. Because there's not a lot of us out there. So if you like Zip Zap Zop, know that you're not alone.
You're not alone.
You're not alone. There's a whole army out there.
That reminds me also monologues. That's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. I personally like them a lot because it's just fun. I mean, I like doing them and like watching other people too because it's just, it's fun just to force people out there and be like, you have a minute, go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just
it's fun to watch, not really perform for me.
Fair. Yeah. Do you have a favorite short form game? Like you hear like, oh, we're doing that tonight.
Ooh.
I'm in.
Is Armando a short form game?
Armando's actually a long form.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't feel like it is.
Yeah. It's like,
because you like clap in sort of.
Yeah. So it's a long form, but it's made up, I guess, of a bunch of short scenes, right?
Okay,
so
well, that's like a perfect combination.
It's a hybrid, really.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a hybrid.
I think I love it because you get to know more about people and just find out these
you get the monologues.
Things. Yeah. You get the monologues, but they're short and you're talking about yourself, so it's not something you don't know about.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, those are fun.
I like the Armando a lot. It's one of my favorite things to do. I think at camp, it was cool. We got to do that a lot.
I never went to camp. I want to go to camp.
You got to go, Grace.
I'll go this year.
It's like, I went, last year was my first time going, and it was awesome.
That's what I heard. It was
just for
awesome.
the s'mores, though. The improv stuff.
S'mores?
Yeah, I didn't really care about all that improv stuff. I was just like, I like camp food.
It's not important compared to the s'mores.
Yeah, s'mores were peak.
Peak s'mores.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, bringing it back. So while you're eating s'mores and thinking about improv, all right, so you like the Armando, which ironically is a long form, but it's a short form, long form is what I'd call it, right? I was just thinking about your career, your improv career so far. What are some things that you feel like you maybe struggled with early on that you've gotten better at now, 8 months in?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I wish I could do it sooner, but I think I'm now better at establishing the relationships and getting to the who, what, where.
Yeah.
I still, I wanted to get to that earlier and just get that kind of over with. But at least now I'm reminded to incorporate that at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, we'll get around to it.
And I think moving the scene further is something I'm decent at.
Yeah. Always. Yeah. And I think that goes hand in hand with relationship, right? Because oftentimes like a scene, like whatever activity or thing, like the what that's happening, really at the end of the day, most things are just about the relationship of the two people, right?
Yeah.
Whatever that is. And is the relationship going well? Is it going poorly? Do they secretly not like each other?
Yeah.
All these questions. We're actually going to explore that a little bit in our game later. Whoa. You'll see a teaser for later in the episode.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay. So with improv, Grace, I want you to think about, because you started sharing a little bit how kind of like just the experience and the changes that you've had in your life, like since the pandemic, and kind of how improv has kind of helped you open up a little bit. What do you think about improv has helped you make those changes?
I think just letting yourself go and just being free and not caring what people think, because you can't go wrong, really. There are certain rules that you can follow as a pro improviser, but you really can't mess up. And you just feel liberated. And I think, that's what helps with the anxiety and everything else. And also with social anxiety. And I feel like people think that they need to follow certain social cues.
Yeah.
And with improv, it's like, no, like, why do I have to do that? Why can't I just dance in a Ralph's, you know?
I mean, you definitely can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that a lot. Yeah. It frees you up, free yourself up in class so you can free yourself up in other places.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah. So homework assignment for the audience, they should all go dance in a Ralph's, right?
Exactly.
If I dance in a different grocery store, is that okay?
Not okay.
Okay, just Ralph's. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to go this weekend then.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you for that. But
Sure.
I love that. And I think that's a really interesting observation because I think oftentimes like everyone is so tight about everything. And I think whether that's like work or school or whatever you do in your day to day, it forces you to be so uptight about things. Like I'm here. This is how I act. This is the only way I can act. And, you know, not to say like there's definitely certain, you know, if you're at work, you maybe shouldn't be like screaming your favorite song at the top of your lungs while sitting at your desk or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like if I did that, that might not go so well. But I think it goes down to like caring less about others, right? And just being you.
Yeah. Being present
Yeah.
is huge. And I didn't realize how important listening is in improv. And I think I've become a better listener too.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, a lot of people here like don't want to be actors or they just have normal lives. And
Yeah.
so I think it's their time to kind of come out of their shell and be free after a long day of their normal job.
Yeah, this is their opportunity
cool.
to dance in a Ralph's,
Yeah.
you know? It's come to improv and be something totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, I think the thing for me that I really liked about coming here is that everyone does different stuff. It's not just like, yeah, going to an audition later.
Yeah.
I've been in that class a lot and I've been that person. So I like the variety of folks I get to meet here. Doctors and
Yeah.
scientists and, you know, warlords.
It's crazy.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that warlord
I know who you're talking
who's in the
about,
Tuesday
yeah.
class? Yeah, it's like, whoa, you just made a crazy arms deal. And then now you're here at
Now you're
improv
here.
class.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're a merchant of death and yet you're hilarious. It's
Who would have thought?
all types of folks here at IFTP. Yeah. Yeah. But I think that's a good point because oftentimes, no offense to actors and those folks, but you know, having been one and sometimes still trying to be, sometimes a room full of them can be really off-putting to someone who's not interested in doing acting as a career.
Yeah.
Like you go and be like, oh, these folks are something else.
Do you feel like it's because they're not trying to have fun? Like they're not having fun with it. They're more
Yeah,
like,
no,
I need to do better.
It's serious. Like I got to be the best in here. And if I'm not, I'm a failure. I mean, I've been in improv classes with that mindset for myself. And I think I know when I came here, that was something I needed to like, not try so hard.
Yeah.
It's like I started in the Wednesday class and when I showed up, I was definitely like, all right, there's a level here that we got to be at. And I was like, I'm the new guy. This is my chance to make an impression, either good or bad. And, you know, well, they don't let me in that class anymore. So
Didn't go well.
yeah. So I ask about it. You know, I go,
Yeah.
hey guys.
Oh, I've seen you perform. You're amazing.
That's too kind.
You are.
I'm lucky. I have some good folks I get to perform with. There's Matthew Moore, Liam Clancy, Jamie, Ben,
They're all so
Ava,
great.
Shelly, and a lot of other
love
awesome
Shelley.
folks. Gavin,
Oh, yeah.
Micah, you know, tons
Amazing.
of cool people. Yeah. All right. So Grace,
Yeah.
with improv, you've been in class for 8 months. Is performing now? Forgive me because I don't know off the top of my head. Have you done a show here? Is that something
No.
you're interested in doing? It's like a future goal.
Do you know Sid?
Sid, I do know Sid. Yes,
I feel like him and I are very similar in that way. That
kindred souls.
for us,
kindred spirits.
it's like,
yeah.
something we would dread doing. But I feel like if I did one, I'd want to secretly do another one.
Yeah,
That like no one could know about it, you know?
yeah,
It'd be like fun and painful at the same time.
yeah. You do it out of spite and be
Yeah.
like, wait a second.
Fine, I'll do it. And then wait,
That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But no. But yeah. I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, I've had Sid on the show and he talked about that. He's like, yeah, improv, he has an interesting relationship with improv,
Yeah.
but I really respect it
Yeah.
because it's something he does to push himself constantly, which I think everyone should have something in their life they do to
Yeah.
push themselves. And now that I said that, I don't know what I have in my life to push myself. So I need to go home and reflect a little
Podcaster.
bit. Podcast, yeah. But I enjoy doing this, you know. it's like, it's fun for me. Like I come here, I get to sit down with interesting people and hear about their lives. Like that's a dope gig, you know? Like, you know, and, you know, I do it for the fame and the glory and all that, you know, the glory that comes with hosting an improv based podcast.
It'll blow up eventually. Yeah. I'm not worried.
It's pretty, the numbers we're doing, we're killing it in a, I don't know, this show gets like ranked in like Ireland for some reason. Like we got
to say Ireland?
Ireland. Yeah. We got a big, ever since Liam's episode, he talked about it, that he's got like family in Ireland. Like he was like, you're on the chart. Like we're not a high ranking by any means, but we're on some chart in like comedy interview podcasts. Oh my gosh. Ireland. Like it's like the top 200. Like it's not, you know, we're not like.
So I'm famous in Ireland, or I will be.
You will be. Once this comes out, let it be known, folks. I shout out Ireland. Like, whoa, top of the morning to ya. We love that you're listening, folks.
That's great.
Yeah, that's probably an awful Irish accent. So I'm sorry, but thank you. I'll leave it at that. All right. Sorry, I'm getting off task here, Grace. All right. So have you noticed like what you do with improv? Has it crossed over at all to like your day-to-day life, what you're doing, you know, career, school, whatever that is? Has there been any bleeding into, you know, an impact, if you will?
I think now that I have discovered that I wanted to be a clinical psychologist, back to the listening is super important. And I think that'll definitely help me to just sit there and be patient, listen, and really hear the person and not just, you know, not just listen, but really hear them.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be super helpful for me one day.
Yeah. And I like tying it back to what you said earlier too, starting a group to like help people with high anxiety do improv. I think I really like that idea because I mean, I personally have struggled with anxiety in different ways in the past. And I definitely know like that can be something that can be debilitating at times. And thinking about like a space that's just for people who are experiencing that or going through that to like help is like, I think improv could be such a useful tool.
Yeah, and it'd be so comforting to know that everyone there is also like nervous.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we're in this together. You know, like we both don't want to be here. Like we're here, but don't want to be here. I think could be really powerful, and I think it's something I love about improv is that how it can help people. Because helping people is really cool and really important,
and it's just so unexpected. All the ways that it's helped me, just oh my gosh. Just with like liberating me and also just, you know, helping me socialize with people and connect with them and just feeling more confident. It's just all these unexpected, great consequences of improv.
Great consequences. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Great consequences. Yeah. I'm rooting for you. I want you to start that group. Okay. Because there's some people out there that, you know, they need help. And you might be the person to reach out to them and
I hope so.
You know, help them out.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That'd be really cool. I'm rooting for that for sure. I'm big into that. Like improv for the people, right?
Yeah.
People means everybody. Exactly. Except for like space aliens.
Yeah, they can.
Or dogs, because dogs are not people.
They're not. No. I'm a cat person, so.
Oh, okay. Why don't you like dogs? What's up with that?
They're too easy to like. They could be They could go up to anyone and like you're their best friend. Yeah. With a cat, it's not that way. That's like true. You have to earn their love and trust, and it's like
cats' love is conditional. I feel like dogs' love is unconditional.
See, that's the thing though. It's like you could like slap them and they still like go and hug you and like lick you and you know. Yeah. With a cat, it's like
they're a little goofy.
Yeah, they're a little bit goofy. Yeah. The dog, it's like you're the master. With a cat, they're my master.
True. Cats are like, I live in your house, but is it?
It's their house, and I'm just there to feed them.
Yeah. Do you have a cat?
I have 3 cats.
Nice. Tell me their names. Give me a breakdown.
Okay. There's Winter. She is gray and fluffy.
Nice.
There's Autumn.
Love it.
She is orange.
Orange.
And she acts like a dog, sort of.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And then there's Daisy.
Whoa. We got Winter, Autumn, and then you just not a...
No.
I was thinking spring or summer.
A different time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We had a theme going.
I know.
It's all right. Yeah. All right. And what's Daisy look like?
She started off white.
Did she like fall into a puddle? Like
just like the older she got like brown. She's like beautiful and has these beautiful blue eyes, and
That's
she's really
cool.
pretty.
Yeah. Wow, Daisy. Okay. All right. Daisy.
She has like black boots, sort of.
That's cool. Your cat has shoes.
No, like fur shoes.
Right. Sure. No, she's wearing like Doc Martens.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty cool. All right. Would do you think cats can do improv?
Yes.
Yes. I think so too. I think the way cats play is pretty wild.
I think anyone and anything can do improv.
Improv for the cat.
And they're doing it and they don't even know.
Okay. So Grace, I need you to start 2 improv groups.
Okay.
An improv group to help people who are, working with anxiety, right? And then
one for cats.
Improv for cats. So one serious, legit group, and then one, let's say experimental group. Experimental group.
Thank you for that suggestion.
Yeah.
I love it.
There's potential in both ideas. One a little more realistic than the other, but it's good to explore your options. It's improv. There's nothing wrong.
No.
Yes, Grace. Go with it.
Exactly.
All right. I got a couple more questions for you, Grace.
Okay.
And we're going to jump into our games.
Okay.
My first question. Thinking about your future in improv, right? You've been here 8 months. That's a good amount of time to invest in this. Like, you have grown in skill. You've learned a lot of improv here. Like, that's some time invested. You're putting in hours. So do you have any goals or places you'd like to get to with improv? Whether that's, I don't know, trying something new, just a technique, mastering a game that you play. What does that look like for you?
I want to get to a point where I feel like I'm good enough to be in a show. Right now, I'm definitely not. And that's fine. And I acknowledge that. Like, I would go up there and probably freak out and, see the audience there and think, why did they pay to see me?
No.
But I want to feel like, oh yeah, I can go and like kick butt and, do a great job and, can't wait to be in the show.
Yeah.
So I want to feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I think doing a show sometimes can be easier than class.
Really?
It really is.
Oh, why is that?
Yeah. I just think there's something about a show, like the energy of it, and like everybody's so hyped up, and you can feed off the audience too, that it almost makes it easier. It moves so fast. But class, it's like, these are my peers.
See, to me, that makes it easier because it's like they know who you are. They know, like, how far you've come and where you started.
That's true. I just, peers are scary,
They're scary.
They know your soul.
Is it like a competition, sort of?
Yeah, I mean, it's a competition. You're like, I don't want to suck tonight.
That's true.
I mean, in a show, like, sometimes something you think will suck can still end up being good.
Oh, yeah.
And the audience is like, yeah. I once had a drama teacher tell me, and I don't know if this is true, but I sometimes think about it. She was like, Michael, audiences are dumb. And I was like, that might be true. And like, having been in many audiences, I think audiences can be dumb sometimes for the benefit of everyone there, though, because you go to a show to be entertained. You lower your expectations for everything because you want to hope for the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So
I think one other thing that I just thought about that I want to work on is just not going for the low-hanging fruit of just, talking about sex or something like that, where it's just easy and I know people will laugh. Yeah. Just having more sophisticated things to say.
Definitely. And I think that's a good goal to have because you're right. It's so easy to go for that low-hanging fruit. And if you think about it, like within improv, there's so many avenues you can explore. Like, we should all push ourselves a little bit. Be like, hey, like, what ideas can we think of and come up with? And just on the spot, like, really take our scenes to interesting places. So I think that's a really good goal. I think I struggle with that too sometimes. Like, I've done some improv scenes like with a stranger, and then you just go for that in a scene and you're like, that was dumb. Like, that's that person's impression of me now. Like,
great,
I can do more than that. I know more things. So that's a good lesson right there. All right. Other question for you. What would be your pitch to someone who hasn't done improv before? They're new. They're like on the fence about it, thinking about dipping their toe in, but they're not sure. You come up to them, you're like, yo, my name's Grace. And Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Lady Gaga were at my birthday party, and this is why you should do improv.
I literally do that to people. I go up to them and I'm like, this is why you should do improv.
Yeah, what's your pitch?
So I basically tell them like, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. You have no idea. You get to meet a bunch of amazing people that soon become like family to you. You go up there and you do things that you never thought, were possible to do. And then you get to just play a character and kind of leave your normal world and escape into this fun world where you can be whoever you want to be and be wherever you want to be. It's just an escape for people. And I think that would be appealing to them.
Yeah, 100%. It's an escape, family. Like these are words that stuck out to me. I'm like, okay, that sounds kind of cool. And is it cringy?
Absolutely not.
What?
Absolutely not.
I only do cringy things actually. So I guess I'm no longer interested in improv. All right. Well, thank you, Grace, for sharing on that. Sure. We're rooting for you, all of us, the people of Ireland, to start that group. Okay.
Okay.
We're rooting for you.
Awesome.
All right. So Grace, we've talked about some improv, but now we got to do some improv.
Okay.
So I've got 3 games for us that we're going to be playing tonight. And in this first game, and now like I haven't said this out loud, but the name of this game is like kind of intense. It's called Suddenly.
Okay.
I hate you.
Okay.
Yeah. And before I explain the game,
Thank you.
can you give me just like a couple of like, what's a reason, maybe like a petty reason to dislike someone?
You don't like their facial hair.
You don't
I
their
like your facial hair. It's not why I said
I
that.
was like, oh.
It's not why I said that.
I was like, okay, all right. Well, we got a scene. Yeah. Okay. So like you don't like their facial hair. Okay. 100%. 100%. All right. What else? Can you give me like 2 more?
2 more.
Just off the dome.
Okay. Like they chew loudly.
They chew loudly. Yeah. That's a good one.
They smell.
They smell. Yeah. That can be tough. It can be tough, especially like 5th, 6th grade.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a tough time
The
for
worst.
smells. Yeah. Even though, just someone's got to help out those kids. Help out the kids, man.
Help the kids.
Help them learn about deodorant. Just the sooner the better. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah. Like know yourself, smell yourself. You know what I mean? All right. Anyway. Okay. So those are some good ones. All right. So let's pick facial hair. Don't like their facial hair. All right. All right, Grace. So we're going to do a scene where one of us, we're going to find a reason to hate the other person related to their facial hair. Whatever that means. I'm just going to go with hate facial hair for some reason.
Okay.
All right. And then I'll black us out when we're done.
Okay.
That's all we're going to get. Facial hair, hate.
Fred, I can't. It's just not working.
Clarissa, what? I have grown out this handlebar mustache. And, I've bought this vest because, I'm working on becoming a biker.
I know, and I respect that, but it's just so distracting. I feel like other bikers might run into you.
Yeah, so they'll recognize me. Real recognize real,
Yeah, and they might sue you for an accident that might happen. I don't know. I'm just trying to protect you from your face.
From my face? You don't believe in me, Clarissa.
I do. I'm trying to help you out. We've been roommates for a while, and I feel like I could, do something for you for once.
But what you could do for me is support me in my dream to join a biker gang. I thought it would be important to get the vest, get the facial hair first. I'm working on getting the bike still.
Yeah. It would work if you could fully grow it out. I could see that. I just don't see it for you.
Yeah, I have to pencil it in a little bit, like every day before I go out.
No, I've noticed that.
Yeah, because it's like a blonde handlebar mustache. So it depends on the lighting, okay? Clarissa, I think you're just jealous that you don't have like a cool group.
I'm jealous?
Yeah, you're jealous. You're jealous of what I have going on here.
You never invite me.
Well, I just wanted to have something that was just mine. As roommates, we do a lot of things together, like Waffle Wednesdays.
Taco Tuesdays.
Taco Tuesdays.
Muffin Mondays.
Muffin Mondays. What are some of the other days that we do?
Silly Sundays.
Silly Sundays.
Soup Saturdays.
Soup Saturdays. I love them.
Love them. What about Fridays?
Oh, French Fry Friday.
French Fry Friday.
Or just Friday when we shorten it. We do a lot of things together.
We do.
Right? And I just thought maybe becoming a biker was my chance to, branch out a little bit.
Yeah. This is going to be embarrassing, but I kind of like doing things with you, and I feel like you don't
of
enjoy.
Course. I mean, we still have every day of the week we do something. I just thought, maybe a couple hours a week I could go hang out with the crew, roll around, rev our engines.
I just want to be part of it. I feel like you don't really think about my feelings when you go out.
You're right. I don't. I don't know. Isn't it maybe healthy for roommates to have some things they do like individually?
No.
No? Okay, well.
Not when you're this close.
You're right. I want to be a good roommate to you, Clarissa.
You're like my brother. You're not my roommate,
Yeah. It's familial at this point.
Exactly.
Right. And like blood runs thicker than water. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We say that that's what the biker gang I want to join says.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Well, tell you what, if you can scrounge up a sweet denim vest.
Okay.
And maybe a bandana.
Okay. I'll do it if you just one condition.
Okay.
I can help you.
I shave off the handlebars.
You have to shave it off. It's not doing you any favors.
Okay. As long as you think I'll still be able to get into a gang?
Yeah, I mean, you have so many other great qualities. Why wouldn't they want you?
You're right. You're right.
You're
I
strong. You're tough.
Yeah.
I love your outfits.
I always lift the groceries in one trip when we bring them back.
So impressive.
From the store. That displays my strength.
You could be like the leader.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And my mustache or lack of mustache won't even matter.
It won't matter. No.
Blackout.
I feel like I did it wrong.
It doesn't matter. I loved it. But no, see, we went on, it was about the relationship, wasn't it? At the end of the day, all these weird aspects of our life, Soup Saturdays, just informed the relationship of these roommates.
Yeah.
So I'm all here for it. I think that was a stellar scene. A stellar scene. And I appreciated, you're a good roommate. You kept it real. Yeah. You kept it real. That's important.
I'm not actually like that as a roommate. I hope not.
Maybe we all should be able to keep it real with roommates. Yeah. That's important. Sometimes I think people, myself included, you let it slide with roommates because, they pay part of the rent. And that's important too. But that's life, I guess. All right. So moving on to this next game. What if, Grace? What if? So I want you to think about in your life a pivotal moment or a big decision that you made. Just think about it. It could be anything. No pressure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Are you willing to share this pivotal moment, this life-altering decision you made?
I will do, what if I never studied abroad?
Yeah?
Or never, I don't know.
Okay. Where did you study abroad?
In Paris.
Just to get... Okay, you studied abroad in Paris.
Yeah.
Paris, California?
No.
I don't know of any other. Because that's not abroad. You can just drive there.
Yeah.
It's like an hour.
Yeah, it's like Paris, France. Paris.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know either.
Okay.
I don't think I was there.
All right. So we'll do a scene. Grace, what if you didn't study abroad in Paris, France?
Okay.
I'll give us one suggestion, maybe just to help us out.
Maybe that wasn't the best suggestion.
Oh, we're gonna make it work, Grace.
Okay.
This is improv. We yes and.
Okay.
All right, Grace. We're in we're at a dry cleaner.
Okay.
And somehow this decision is gonna come up in this scene. All right. Oh, miss, I have your blazer that you dropped off the other day.
My what?
Your blazer that you dropped off the other day.
I don't know why I'm speaking with French accent.
Oh, you must have studied abroad in France. No, I can hear it. Your accent sounds like, reminds me of back home.
I'm sorry, it left.
That is very strange. So you come into the dry cleaner,
Yeah.
you're pretending to have the same accent as me, and then you cough and it goes away?
I want to sound like you.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
I wanted to like go study abroad and everything in France, and now that I didn't, I don't have an accent. I'm sad.
That is a very big decision to make. I had the opportunity as a young lad growing up in Paris. They said, "Oh, Francois, go study abroad in America." And I did not.
No, you're smart.
I think so.
I wasn't.
No, I think this could be a good decision. I want to tell you something about France, about Paris.
Okay,
Paris.
I'm ready.
It is, it's overrated. I tell you why.
No one says that.
Well, I'm saying that right now. I'm going to set down your place.
Okay.
I've been holding it.
Thank you. Sorry.
Look, you like living here in this, we live in Los Angeles. Yes, you like Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a fine place.
It's fine.
I tell you what are some of the things you like about living in Los Angeles?
Like when sometimes there's no traffic, it feels so good.
Yes.
There's lots of stuff to do.
There's so much stuff to do.
Like IFTP. I don't know if you know what that is.
I don't know what that is. In France, we do not have this IFTP.
Oh,
IFTP.
IFTP.
IFTP, as we would say.
Do you have like French improv?
No. We do not believe in the improv in France.
That makes sense. It's too silly.
It's very silly, and we French are very serious people.
Too silly for France.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In Paris, we just focus. We mill about. We're very serious. We relax. Seriously. We're very serious people.
I feel like I would take my life more seriously if I lived abroad. I feel like
Yes,
I am
we.
Yeah.
That is very true. But I tell you this:
Okay.
in France, there is no this improv. You say, do not care. We do not do it. We're serious people.
Yeah.
And this traffic, we love traffic in France. We say, oh, Paris is tourist destination.
Yeah.
We love the traffic it brings in.
Yeah.
We wish there were more tourists,
More traffic.
more people to put locks on our bridges, so they eventually collapse due to poor engineering. But you would not like it there, Grace.
No.
No, it's a bad place.
I think I would love it.
No,
Everyone talks about it. They're like, oh my gosh, I want to go here for my honeymoon and all that and get married there.
No, it's expensive. And how do you feel about cheese?
I love cheese.
Do you like what about a cheese that is stinky?
I love it on baguettes.
You like the stinky cheese? Have you ever had a cheese that needs deodorant?
No.
Some cheese that you need to slap some Old Spice on there?
Maybe like one,
And that was okay with you?
but it was still tasty.
Grace, I left France. I came here because I opened a dry cleaners business. I like the people I get to meet in this line of work.
See, I feel like you made the mistake.
Perhaps we both made the mistake. But that is okay. I tell you this. You do not need to go study abroad in this France.
Okay.
I will teach you everything you need to know about France.
Really? You're willing to do that?
Absolutely. But I need something from you.
Anything. I would do anything for that.
I need you to help
Anything.
me understand why people like this American cheese.
I'll try my best. I don't know if I have an answer right now, but I will do my best. I will do
don't get
anything.
it. Why does it taste like it's from a factory?
Maybe because it is.
Blackout.
This is why I'm not in a show.
Hey, I set us up there for a challenging scene, and you committed, Grace. We both committed, and that's important. And I think when we listen to that back, there's some good stuff in there.
Yeah.
And also, a French accent. I don't know why I did that because it's definitely one I struggle with.
No, it sounded really good. I don't know. Maybe ask Sylvan. I don't know.
Oh gosh, Sylvan, I'm sorry.
We're sorry.
Sorry, you're a good person, Sylvan, and I used to be, and then I did that. So it's been nice. Well, I don't know if I'm a good person. I try, but sometimes we fail. No, we pushed ourselves, Grace.
Yeah.
We pushed ourselves. It got a little meta.
Tried. Yeah.
So we've got one more scene we're gonna play.
Gosh. Okay.
Grace, have you ever been canceled?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Perfect. And you're ready for this scene. So in this scene, it's called That's Offensive.
Okay.
And what we're going to do, we're just going to start. We're going to get a suggestion, maybe of a relationship, and we'll just go from there. And at some point in the scene, I want you to point out something I do that's offensive.
Okay.
Yeah. That's just going to happen. And then we're going to go from there.
Okay.
All right. Whatever that means. All right. So I'm going to give us a suggestion for a relationship. You're a lawyer. I'm your client. That's our relationship. This game is called That's Offensive. I'll black us out when we're done. This is
Not good.
it's not good. Look, Jennifer Esquire. Do I have to say Esquire every time?
Yes.
Okay, it's just all right. I guess I should be honest with you. So
Yeah.
I did do it. I did.
No. You did not.
I did shoplift from the Old Navy. Is that the self checkout? And I
Don't even tell me. I don't want to hear it. I believed in you after your history of thievery.
I mean, look, it's just they had some good deals going on, but I don't know. Sometimes there's just a thrill, like just taking something. It gets me going, Jennifer Esquire.
Can I be honest?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of offended that you've never stolen from me.
Look,
I have a nice house.
You do, and it's so kind of you to let us have our meetings here. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't eyeball a few of the things you have on your mantle.
I have a pool. Look at that. Look at that pool. Do you have a pool?
No.
You could steal my pool and you're not.
Okay,
Tell me, Bernice, why?
How am I going to steal your pool?
I don't know.
That's a little ridiculous. I'm more into things I can shove into my pocket or a backpack or that's kind of my line of work. Like
So you're not pushing yourself. This is how you ended up in this mess in the first place.
So you're offended that I'm a small time criminal?
Yes.
You
need to break into my house.
Okay, take it to the next level.
Yes.
But look, we're in the middle of this case right now, right? Old Navy versus Bernice, right? You're supposed to defend me, but if I steal from you, how is that going to look to the judge?
Maybe I'd be honored to defend you if you stole something big.
You think you'd actually respect me if I...
Yes.
Okay. This is insane. My lawyer wants me to steal from them.
Am I asking too much?
No, I want you to respect me.
I want to respect you.
But I haven't earned it.
Exactly.
My crimes have been, petty theft, a cardigan here, a chapstick there.
You're not living up to your full potential.
I'm not living up to my full potential.
Kills me.
Yeah, and I imagine as a lawyer, right? It's probably cool to have clients who are like, cool.
Yeah.
And
I have Beyonce. I have Taylor.
Yeah, they've done some cool stuff, and I haven't.
Nothing. Give me something.
I can see that now.
Take my watch. Here, just take it.
It's too easy. Like, I don't want to be a blemish upon your career.
I appreciate that, but
Yeah,
and I want to work with you. I really do. I see potential in you.
Yeah, I want to give you a reason to defend me.
Exactly. I want a reason.
Okay. I can do this.
Any ideas? Like anything you really feel like
What's that?
stealing? Nice job. I'm proud of you.
Is it all right that I took this urn?
Go for it. It's just my mom.
Blackout.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom. It's okay. You were someone else. You were a lawyer named Jennifer Esquire.
Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer.
No respect.
Yeah, no respect.
No respect for Mom.
Honestly, that's kind of an awesome lawyer, just like egging on their client. Like, yeah, do more crimes. Like, at least have a rap sheet, you know? Give me something to work with here. I want a meaty court case.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Right?
No, that'd be horrible.
That would be horrible.
If that were reality. Like, all lawyers are like, hey, just
do something
go
big.
harder.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back to court and sort this out. That would be terrifying. Oh, man. Well done, Grace. Thank you for playing. So before we wrap up tonight's episode, I want to give you the opportunity to leave us with some final words. It could be on anything. It could be on Taylor Swift, her legacy, and how it affects all of us. It could be on improv, on anything.
Just have fun in life and enjoy yourself. And okay, this is something I recently discovered, right? Okay. I was at a boring dinner and I wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And I just got up and left. You can do that.
What?
You can do that. Yeah.
No way.
The last thing I'll say is that fun equals 1. Because you're a winner when you're having fun.
Fun equals 1. I was thinking like the number, but
I know, that's why.
that makes so much more sense. And you just dropped the mic. Well deserved. That's a mic drop worthy line. So fun equals 1.
Thank you.
I can't top that. All right. Well, thank you so much to Grace again for coming on the show. We learned tonight that fun equals 1. And you can just leave dinner at any dinner
Anytime.
at any point. You can just leave. Does that apply to other meals?
Anything. If you're bored, you can leave.
Okay. You didn't leave this podcast.
I wasn't bored.
Thank God. Oh, man. That would have been rough. I would have had to finish out the episode on myself. And oh man. All right. Well, thank you again to Grace for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Sharing about improv, playing some games, debating Taylor Swift's legacy. These are all the important things one must do in life. As always, you can find Improv for the podcast on all platforms, including YouTube. You can see us be lawyers and clients and do amazing French accents in real time. But as always, we'll be back again next week. And until then, we'll see you next time. Improv for the podcast was created by Matt Moore and Michael Lee Evans. Edited and produced by Michael Lee Evans. And finally, presented by Improv for the People. Interested in more IFTP? You can visit us at improvforthepeople.com or on our socials, such as Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Remember, new episodes are released weekly. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.